All right, folks, welcome back to the garage. Today we're hopefully going to get the charge cooling system situated on this thing to where it actually cools and will keep up with all the heat coming out of the turbo. So let me show you where we're at here. Kind of done some behind the scenes stuff here, because this thing's big and it's kind of a pain to get fit just right in there. So let me show you what we got. So this cooler is 27 by 7 by 3, and we're gonna sneak it up behind the bumper here. The inlet and the outlet will be on this side, so our hoses are just above here. But I've got some plates, had some factory holes here for like a tow hook or something, I'm assuming. But I used a plate here, and then we've just got a piece of angle running down, catching these little tabs they got welded on up here. They got them on both sides. So we got a frame plate and a piece of angle across there. We had to notch this one out. There's like a drain fitting over there. So we got that tacked on, and I've double checked all of our bumper fitment here. I've changed the angle just a little bit. So I need to get, there's 2 more frame holes up here in this plate. They're hard to see. So we've got frame holes there on each side. I'm gonna build a plate that comes off here, and we can run another piece of angle across here. Give us some support on the front there, and that'll be pretty much it. So we'll get that all fabbed up, tacked together, and then I'll pull everything down, weld it all up. We'll get some fittings in this, and then I should have some hose that we can get this all plumbed and test it out. But I also need to build, we'll get the bumper back on it, and then these 3 bolts here, they're super long, but that's so I'll be able to put another piece of metal on here and nut one on here, and then we'll build a little scoopum of some sorts that will hang down, because the bumper sits about right here, and so we'll build a little scoop that runs right across the bottom of here to help just shove all the air we can, all the air we can up into this thing. Because this one over here, that one is fine for little short poles, short wide open deals. If the fan runs, that fan half the time doesn't run, it's a hunk of junk. So this one should be plenty of volume, and if we can get the air running up through there with the ram air, that should be pretty good. So let me get some pieces of stuff cut. We'll get these frame plates on the top. We'll get going on this. We'll keep you updated as we go. All right, well, we got this top plate in. I got some holes in there. I'm getting ready to pull all this out. I need to trim these plates off, so I'll have better access to this top bumper bolt. Need to trim those off, need to weld up these bottoms better, putting a plate across the angle here, give it some rigidity there. But yeah, we'll get this pulled out, welded up, and we'll start working on that shroud that's going to catch air, and then we'll be on to plumbing. So here we go. All right, well, it's in, bolted up tight. That thing seems rock solid. I got some fittings in over here. I removed this hose off this cooler and started pulling these. I gotta lengthen this hose and this hose. We're just gonna change them out because I don't have any more 3/4. We're just change it out to 5/8, see if it'll work. But I'm getting these lines changed out now. I'll probably throw the bumper back on just so I can drive this thing for a minute, and we'll do this the shroud under there. We'll probably do that later. That thing sticks down maybe 3 inches below the bumper, so it's probably better than this one right here, even without the shroud. But we'll just put it together so we can drive it for a little bit, and then we'll get the shroud built. You'll probably see that here in a minute, so catch you back here in a few. All right, well, it's a couple days later now. I've done some initial testing and driving the truck. It seems to be way better on keeping the boost cool. But I just hurried and threw together a little ram air deal down here. Let me show you what we got. So we just came off the bottom of those bolts that hold everything up. Built us a little shroud piece down here. Wasn't too terrible to do, so I think that will help out quite a bit, trying to force some of the air up through that thing, and then maybe getting more up, you know, because you figure the air is probably not catching it all. So hopefully that'll keep some air up in there and help us out even more. But like I took it out one night, it's probably 80 degrees still. Did about a 25 PSI boost pull for, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds. And the high side from this temperature sensor we put in, we moved them. This side would start climbing, but the side coming back to the tank seemed to stay about 110, 100, 110, 20 maybe. So we'll see how it does on the long pulls. I've got a trailer to pull in a couple of days up to Salt Lake in the middle of the day. It's gonna be a hot one, so it'll definitely be a test to see how it's gonna do. So I'll let you know either at the end of this video or in the next one. So right here, making about a 20 PSI boost pull. Been pulling for about 2 minutes before I kick the camera on. The white gauges are for the heat exchanging system, the coolant in that system. The bottom gauge is the pyrometer. The outside air temperature was 55 or 60 degrees. And this thing, I was hard pressed to get those white gauges to move at all. With that shroud on that heat exchanger, this thing stays really cool. All right, guys, well, it's been a few days. I've had a chance to really test drive this thing. I hope the clip before this came through with all the gauges making a pull. But I've test drove this. I've gone out in the heat. I've gone out in the cool temperatures. I've gone up in the mountains towing. Not super heavy, but I've tested it enough to think that this is the setup. This thing is way better. It dumps all the air that I ran it a few days without that air dam on the bottom of the radiator or the heat exchanger underneath the bumper. And then I put that air dam on there. And the air dam was almost night and day. The only time I really notice the temperatures creeping up on the coolant in the charge air system is when it's really hot outside. I mean, if it's above 85, 90 on a big long pole, the hot side will start to creep up. But as soon as you get out of it and you level off and start going and cruising, it cools right off. I took this up the other day to a lake here. I towed the little boat up there to do some fishing and steep grades, 20 miles of steep grades. And this thing was awesome. I'll bet the ambient temperature was 55, 60 degrees. I never even saw the hot side gauge move. So this thing I think is dialed in. We're pretty much done with this truck. We might do some interior stuff. We might build a fuel tank for this gap right here, but it's pretty well done. This thing's turnkey. It needs a few little knickknacks here and there, but hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing kind of the charge air system come together on this. Kind of got some ideas of what if you wanted to do that, but give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all that jazz. Hopefully we're gonna get started back on the Duramax swap and get some things rolling there. I've got a few other projects I kind of need to get wrapped up. So thumbs up, subscribe, all that jazz, or don't, I don't care, whatever. We'll see you in the next one.